Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, sit a while, for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 6 as part of the Ottawa Senators as usual, and welcome to 1997. We are officially in January and the year turned. Hopefully it will bring us some success. In the last episode, we did play in December. We played well enough to maintain our pace, which sadly is not good enough to make the playoffs, but at least we didn't fall further behind. So we are 2 points behind for a playoff spot, and we are actually playing the Bruins, which is the team we are chasing at the moment. So that's a pretty good opportunity for us to rise in the standings to a little bit more where we want to be. So as you can see on the bottom right, in case you forgot, I didn't. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. We are completely depleted by injuries. Thankfully, a couple of them are only for a little while, but we have two pretty important defensemen on our squad that are injured. Thing is that I consider that D is probably my position of strength. So to trade, I would probably trade a defenseman for a forward, or at least I would attempt to do that. With the injuries that I have, I feel that my hands are a little tied here. So, as usual, prior to shooting the video, I did a little bit of looking around. There is a pretty good player that is available on the trade block. But I am not sure what to give for him. And that player is Claude Lemieux. He's 31. Well, I guess we can go and check from here. So he's 31 and he's making 1.1 million a year, which, in 1997 is respectable. He had a 92-point season the season before, and he's a point per game so far this year, 30 points in 30 games. Those of you who know your hockey history, you know what kind of player Claude Lemieux is. He was pretty much the embodiment of a power forward. He was kind of a pest too, so I don't know if I should go for Claude Lemieux or not. I need help up front, but he's 31. He's only going to start to decline. And that's a 4-year contract. I am not sure if I should invest in Claude Lemieux. I don't see anybody else that I would like to get. Although I didn't sort by potential. I don't see anybody that I really want to go after, and Claude Lemieux is good, and I'm really torn. I just don't want to get a player that's gonna start to decline, and and that he ends up playing on my third line, because I have plenty of third liners already. So I might pass on him. If he was just a couple years younger, I would have totally jumped on him. Or at least I would have attempted to jump on him. So we'll see. Since New Jersey have him on the block, maybe they are going to offer Lemieux to me. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. Alright, so we are playing the Bruins first game with our crippled lineup. Boston is 15, 17, and 4. So very similar record as ours. We did win the very first game of the season against them 4-1. So let's see if we can repeat that. And again, as an aside, hopefully my voice sounds okay. I did go to the doctor. It feels like I've been dealing with sinus infection for weeks now, and they got me something. It's gonna take a few days to take effect, but my voice feels a little bit better. I might still sound like I'm really congested, so anyway, no worries. All right, so let's see here. Even with the injuries, I mean, my D doesn't scare me too much. We're still a lot better with what we have right now than, you know, when we first started. So, alright, so Boston is sending Mike Dunham in net. We are sending Ron Extall. So hopefully we can win this. We're playing at home. We have the crowd behind us, all 7,000 of them. Ooh! Not only did we win, but we won by shutout. So good game for Ron Extall. So we won 3-0. So good start for December. Let's take a look here. So they did outshot us 30-28. So again, those numbers look pretty good here. Ron Extall was the first star. He had a 30 save performance, of course, because it's a shutout. Jody L is the second star with a goal, and then the third star is Brian McCabe with a goal as well. So that's Brian McCabe's first NHL goal. Wait, no, I don't think so. I think he did score last year. Scratch that. First goal of the season. So let's see. All the scoring happened in the first. So Degg scored on the power play from Zvela and Yashin. Then McCabe scored from Loney Loach and Scott Thornton. And Jody L from Vitaly Yakmanov and Jamie Baker. Oh wow, I was almost right on the dot with the attendance. 7,002. I said 7,000. Look at me. Alright, so we were pretty disciplined. We only took a penalty. Eye-sticking penalty for Jody L. So really good game all around. Although we were out it, but it is a tricky stat to track, because when you really out it the opponent, that yes, it means physicality, but that also means you don't have the puck. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. All right, let's see if Rod Bryden is still happy with me. Yeah, he's still satisfied. The team plays very well. Yeah, we were 7-4-2 in November. So in December. So yeah, we're not doing too bad. If we can keep this up, there's a good chance we can make the playoffs for the first time. All right. There was no stopping Steve Larmer, who had a hat-trick against the Phoenix Coyotes. 3 goals for Larmer, that's pretty good. By the way, for those of you who are maybe a little bit older, if you've ever played NHL 95 back in the Genesis days, Steve Larmer would always win the best defensive forward award every single year. It was kind of rigged that way. It didn't matter how many times you would restart a season and sim it or play it in full, Steve Larmer would always win the best defensive forward. Alright, coach reports on new players. It's taking them a while to get used, maybe because they're in the minors. And Sheldon Surrey back sooner rather than later. That's good. Oh, and by the way, I also noticed something when I was looking around earlier. If we look at Brian McCabe, he's finally a full star. He's not a alpha star anymore, and he still has that 4-star potential. Now, is he gonna reach it? I don't know. That would be awesome, but yeah, so he's been improving a little bit. Alright, so now we are facing the Devils. They are 24-11-2. They're pretty good. Of course, they're the defending champions. We are 1-1 against excuse me, we are 1-1 against them this year. We're playing at home, so again, we have the crowd behind us. Oh, they're sending Chris Terrarian net. We're still sending Ron Extall, so maybe we can take advantage of the backup situation for them. That'd be great. And we lost 3-2. So we just couldn't beat the Devils. Oh boy. See, shots worth 49 for New Jersey and 12 for us. Alright, the first star was Tom Chorsky with a goal. Second star, Jamie Baker for us. He scored both goals for us. And then Claude Lemieux, third star with an assist. Let's see, Jamie Baker from Lonely Loach and Jody All. And Jamie Baker from Lonely Loach and Jody All again. Alright. Oh, they took a lot of penalties. That's because of Bill Guerin here. He hit somebody in the head. Do I have an injury because of that? Nope, but he did get suspended for it. And so Guerin is going to miss 6 games for his illegal check to the head. I'm already pretty... Oh. Well, that's not good. Ron Extall got hurt, apparently. Alright, so Dave King in Washington is unhappy with the media coverage. Yeah, Washington struggling again, 12, 26, and 2. At one point, they were not doing as bad as last year, but it's a struggle in Washington. Maybe it's time to go poach some of their players or something. Oh, they did get Bundra hurt for a while. He probably would be almost the only player that I would be willing to go and get. Not to recreate history, because the Sens got Bundra for a very short amount of time, although it was a lot later than 1997 when they did that. And Sheldon Sorey is about to come back. Alright, so I don't think I can go without backup goaltender, and that sucks because Extall is going to be hurt for just a couple more days. I'm going to need to put him on... let's see if they're going to let me play the game without... That's what I thought. Alright, so... Well, that really sucks. I need to... I'll put Extall on the injury list. I don't want to. And we're going to get Damian Rhodes. You're finally getting your shot, buddy. Maybe now you can get used to the team. Alright, we are playing the Rangers in Madison Square Garden. We lost the first game of the season against them, 4-1, and the Rangers are 20-17-5, so they're 4th in the East. We're 9th, so a little win here would be great. Alright, so we're going with Gueba, and the Rangers are going with Mike Richter. And it's a tie, 4-4. I suppose I'll take it. I need all the points I can get, so that's definitely better than a loss. So let's see. They outshot us 45-38, so it was a pretty high-octane game here. We did take quite a few penalties. Jeff Bucheboom, of all people, got first star with 2 goals. So Jeff Bucheboom was a decent defenseman, but he wasn't really known for his offense. Then Robert Zvela with the second star with a goal and an assist, and Kovalev for the Rangers with an assist is the third star. So Zvela opened the scoring for us from Yakmenev and Jodial, Then the Rangers scored 3 unanswered. Then we scored with Peltonen on the power play from McIver and Yashin. Then Yashin from Zvela and Peltonen. Then the Rangers took the lead, and then Mike Sillinger, late in the third, scored to tie it from Sheldon Sorin, Patrick Travers. And of course, nobody scored in overtime. Alright. Alright, so Surrey is completely back. That's good. Yeah, I need Alfredson as well soon. League says no suspension for Vinny Prospal, so not suspended. Andrei Kovalenko is hurt in Colorado. He's going to miss 7 months. Wow. Well, your season's over, buddy. Actually, that's almost going to take you into training camp. Almost. Well, yeah, more like July. Good night for Zygmunt Palffy. He had a hat-trick in a 6-6 tie against the Canadiens. I wouldn't mind getting Zygmunt Palffy. Jaromir Jagr extends his point streak to 12 games with 2 assists. That's pretty good. Point streak of 12 for Mario Lemieux with a goal. Passes on point for Pavel Bure, who had a goal and 4 assists in a 7-2 win against the Maple Leafs. Okay, next game is going to be against Tampa Bay. We definitely can win that game, and we need to. So let's make that happen. Memorable night for Alexander McGillney, who had a hat-trick, 3 goals against Phoenix. Oh, wow, he scored all the goals for Buffalo. Pretty good game. Yeah, I know that you might be recovered already, and I didn't have a choice. I did not have a choice. Alright, we are playing against Tampa Bay. We won in Tampa Bay 4-3 earlier in the season. Tampa Bay is 7-29-2. They are dead last in the East by a large margin. We definitely should and need to win this game. Alright, so we're gaining Damian Rhodes. First start as an Ottawa Senator against Blaine Laker. And we won 2-1. It's not a massacre or anything. I just need the points. I will take them. I would have loved to have a 9-1 game, but 2-1. Hey, as long as we're the ones with the 2 goals. So, oh wow, they did outshoot us 35-23. So we didn't play all that great, but we managed to get the 2 points. Mike Sillinger, first star, a goal and an assist. We participated to both goals. John Tucker is the second star with an assist, and Andreas Dackel is the third star with an assist. So we have Sillinger from V. Peltonen, and then Brian McCabe scored again from Sillinger and Andreas Dackel. Oh, alright, so V. Peltonen is hurt and he's going to miss 4 weeks, so the infirmary keeps getting overcrowded. That is not ideal. Alright, so you go on the injury list, and I'll see if I can find a warm body to call up. I'm starting to run out of people to call up. Alright, so Forbes. Ugh. Yeah, I really don't have all that much to call up. So apparently Peresvardvedet is unhappy to be in the minors. Do I want to... Yeah, let's call him up. I mean, my options are pretty limited. I really don't have a whole lot down here. Alright. Well, hopefully Alfredson can come back soon, and that's gonna help. Alright, next game is gonna be tough. It's gonna be against the Avalanche. Alright, Alfie's about to come back. So is Ron Extol. Jaromir Jagr extends his point streak to 13 games with an assist against the Islanders. That's pretty good. Lemieux had a goal in the same game. 13 straight games for him as well. Red light stays on for Mark Rickey. Hat-trick, 3 goals. Oh wow, 8-1 win against Boston. Pretty good game. Extol is ready, but of course I cannot take him off the injured reserve just yet. I suppose I could have recalled, like, send down a forward or something and recalled Damian Rhodes, but it's not the end of the world. I have Gieber and Damian Rhodes, and Ron Extol is kind of declining in ability, so they're all kind of very similar. Alright, hopefully Alfredson comes back soon. Good game for Steve Chiasson. Oh yeah, 2 goals and 4 assists, 6 points and a 7-4 win against Dallas. Really good game for Chiasson. Alright, Alfie's about to come back. Oh, Viktor Kozlov is our winning recipient of the getting hurt while helping a friend move of the month. Viktor Kozlov playing in San Jose. Alright, we are playing against Colorado. It's not going to be easy. Alright, so Colorado is 25-15-2. We are playing at home. And we are going to take a look at their lineup. It's the first time that we're playing them this season. Alright, so... Of course, they don't have Patrick Roy, so like the Avalanche team from the end of the 90s that we all know and that was so strong does not have that goaltending. So they have Thibault in net, and they salvaged Craig Billington from us. Then they have Duchesne Haller, Marc Laforge. Okay. Oof. That D is not all that great. Do they have injuries there? No, not on D. Wow, yeah, their D is really not all that good. Of course, up front, that's another story. So René Corbet, yeah, Denmarsh was a pretty decent player. They have PJ Axelson, Maikov, Kamensky, Lapointe, Isotsikinen, Anson Carter, Peter Forsberg, Sakic, Sundin, Cicerelliska, getting kind of old, Owen Nolan, and Ray Shepard. So they have a lot of big bodies up front. Like Denmarsh is a pretty big guy. Sundin was pretty big. Cicerelli, Nolan, Shepard. Wow. I'm scared. Alright. Let's play this game. Right, they're going with Craig Bennington. Craig, I know you miss us. I miss you too. Well, not really, but I mean, you're wearing our jersey, so in that game. So much nostalgia. Alright, then we're sending Gieba. So let's see. We lost 43. I was kind of expecting that. They have a pretty good team. I guess we put up a decent fight. They outshot us 33 to 26. Nothing wrong there. Joe Sakic was the first star with 2 goals and an assist. Jamie Baker for us was the second star with 2 assists. And Owen Nolan with a goal was the third star. Oh, Mike Sillinger got in a fight against Owen Nolan right off the start of the game. So Sillinger for us scored from Per Juice and Kelly Johansson. Jody L from Sheldon Surrey and Jamie Baker, and Robert Zvella from Jamie Baker. You know whose name we haven't seen in a while in the scoring sheet? Norm McIver. I think he has declined. Alright, so Al McInnes has played in 1,000 games. Pretty good accomplishment, and he's only 33, so he's going to play in a lot more, I'm pretty sure. Wayne Gretzky has a memorable game, 4 assists against Buffalo. Pretty good game. Alright, so Alfredson's ready to come back. I'm not sure that he's available. I think he still has to spend a few days on the injured list. And we have a trade proposal from the Florida Panthers. They are offering us Joey Titarenko for Persvart Vadet. And I'm going to say no, because look at those stats. So I've been playing this game for a while, like if you count all of the iterations and everything, and I have never, aside from Joey Tatarenko, is the only player that I have ever seen with a 1 in a category somewhere. Like, that guy must have been really bad defensively. I mean, a 1. That's crazy. Why would I accept that trade? No. Alright. So Pierre Turgeon has reached 500 assists and he's only 27, so that's pretty good. Jaromir Jagr extends his point streak to 14 games with a goal and 2 assists against the Islanders. Lemieux extended his point streak to 14 games as well with a goal and 2 assists as well against the same Islanders, same game. So they're following each other. They are more than likely playing on the same line, and we are facing them right now. We are playing against the Pittsburgh Penguins, who have a ridiculous record of 32, 7, and 3. We are 0-4 against them this year, so yeah, I am not really expecting a win here. So maybe we're gonna win. Maybe we're due. Yeah, Alfredson needs 2 more days on the injured list, so today and tomorrow. So he should be back for the next game against Boston. Alright guys, make me proud. They're sending Ken Reggett. We're going with Damian Rhodes, who had a pretty good game in his first game with us. We lost 3-1, so it's not a massacre, but yeah, we also did not win. I'm at the point where not being massacred is not good enough anymore. I need wins, I need points, I need to climb in the standings, I need to get in the playoffs so that fans like the team and that they maybe start coming more often. Oh, look at that, the attendance is up. Probably because it's a really good team that's in town with, you know, superstars and everything. Alright, so Pittsburgh won 3-1. They have outshot us 42-28. And Adrian Aucoin was the first star of the game with 2 goals. Lonely Loach, second star with an assist. And Martin Straka with a goal was the third star. So our lone goal was Per Juice from Lonely Loach and Mike Sillinger. Jaromir Jagr extends his point streak to 15. He had an assist in that game against us. And Lemieux had an assist as well and extended his point streak to 15 games as well. Persvart Vadet improves at right wing. All right. Glenn Murray lights the lamp. He had 3 goals and an assist against Montreal in a 5-1 win for the Bruins. So usually I cheer for anybody who plays against the Habs, but we are in a battle against Boston for a playoff spot, so that win stings. Even if it's only January, all of those games, they count just the same as the last game of the season. Alright. Yeah, we're 3 points behind them. We need that win again. We just beat them and we need to beat them again. Can we do it? We're about to find out. Alright, let's get Daniel Alfredson as reinforcement. Alright, we're sending Zvardvedit back down. He should be getting used to it by now. He's probably going to be really angry again. Oh, we play Boston again later this month, and then at the start of the next month. Yeah, it's an important stretch here. We play quite a few teams we can beat. I mean, Calgary is not having that great of a season. Washington is not having a good season. Tampa Bay, of course, is dead last in the East. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get that going. So, we are playing in Boston. We're sending Geber. They're sending Mike Dunham. Ouch. We lost 5-2. Not good. Needed that win. Now we're 5 points behind. Ugh. We need a win streak, which hasn't really happened this season, which is probably why we have a losing record. Thanks for pointing the obvious. Alright, so lost 5-2, outshot 33-27. Joey Juneau was the first star with a goal and an assist. Keith Primo was the second star with an assist, and Steve Hines, third star with an assist. So Johansson scored for us from Yashin and Brunet, and Alfredson on the power play from Zvela and Yashin. Alright. Luke Robitaille has recorded 500 goals in his career. That's pretty good. He's 30. He has the time to score many more. Ooh, now that's going to hurt them. Mario Lemieux is hurt. He has a 3rd-degree MCL sprain, and he's going to miss 5 weeks. I think that's the second time this season that he's hurt. Yeah, it is. He had a fractured jaw, I think, if I remember correctly. So Jaromir Jagr extends his point streak to 16 games. He had an assist against the Stars. Ulf Dahlen extends his goal streak to 5. He scored in that game against Pittsburgh. And Lemieux did not get a point before getting injured, so his streak ended at 15 games. Yeah, Pittsburgh's so good, I am not going to cry for them. Alright, we are playing Washington. They are not good, but they trounced us 7-3 earlier in the season. Two more days without Extall, so he's going to be back in time for the next game against Boston. Right, we are sending Geber. They're going with Olaf Kolzig. Come on, guys, we need a win. Alright, 5-3. We did win. So, good game. One at home. We outshot them 34-30. So that's pretty good. Let's see. The first star was Per Juice with an assist. Dimitri Ristich for Washington was the second star with 2 goals. And Kelly Johansson, third star with an assist. So Yashin scored on the power play from Loney Loach. Sergei Berezin, that I almost forgot was on the team, finally did something. And he scored on the power play from Per Juice and Radek Bank. Robert Zvela from Jamie Baker and Andreas Dackel. Norm McIver on the power play from Daniel Alfredson. Then Washington showed sign of life. They scored their 3 goals, but then Mike Sillinger put the game away, scoring assisted by Kelly Johansson and Todd Warner. I guess I'm not a real general manager. Can you imagine in the media a general manager going, "Oh God, that guy scored. I almost forgot he was on the team." Yeah, that probably wouldn't go very well. I could see maybe Tortorella saying something like that. And by the way, I love Tortorella. I love that there's somebody in the NHL that's able to speak his mind. Although I hate that he just got fined, but I love that somebody in the NHL is not just repeating the same platitudes that we've been hearing for decades now. So anyway, that's my own opinion. Of course, yours can differ. That's okay. Jaromir Jagr extends his point streak to 17 games. So he had a goal against the Whalers. Brendan Shannon in St. Louis is suspended. He's going to miss 3 games. Alright, so we can get Ron Extall back on the lineup. Thank you, Damian Rhodes. You came in and played pretty well, as evidenced by your 950 save percentage. So I really appreciate it, but you need to go back down. Hopefully nobody claimed you. Alright, so nothing here. Viel Peltonen is ready to return to practice. Usually that means they're about 2 weeks away. There's a excuse me. There's a lot of days off. I believe that's because that would be the All-Star game. Would be nice if they could add the All-Star game into the historical play. I mean, I don't personally care for the All-Star game, but that that could be tied into the finances and everything. The team that owns the All-Star game would get more money and things like that. There's definitely more that can be added around that. Alright, and there's been a trade between the Oilers and the Sabres. So Shane Corson is going to Buffalo. He's still able to play. I mean, he's 30, 2-star player. He has 29 points in 45 games. Okay, and then the Oilers are getting a young defenseman, Shane Knighty. He used to play for the Sens in real life. So they have him as a 2.5-star potential. I think that's maybe a little bit high. Of course, it could be my scout that's inaccurate or something like that. Alright. Next game's against Boston. We need that win. Alright. Pat Elenak in Hartford has been suspended. He's going to miss 9 games. That's a lot. That's like the rest of the month. And then some. Wow. Alright, so Bill Guerin is back from suspension. And Jagr couldn't get a point against the Flames, so his streak ended at 17 games. Alright, playing Boston. We are 2-1 against Boston this year. We need this win. We're 6 point behind, although they did play 2 more games than us. Very important game. We need a win here. We're playing at home. No excuses. No excuses. We're going with Ron Extall. They're going with Mike Dunham. 4-1 win. Awesome. We needed that. So now we're only 4 points behind with 2 games on against them. So that was a very crucial game. Oh yeah, we did play well. Although Boston did not take a single penalty in that game. We outshot them 37-22. Jamie Baker, first star, 2 assists. Robert Zvela, second star, 2 assists. And Benoit Brunet, third star, 2 assists as well. So Glenn Murray opened the scoring on the power play, and then it was all us. So Mike Sillinger from Robert Zvela and Benoit Brunet. Lonnie Loach from Jamie Baker, Kelly Johansson from Jamie Baker and Andreas Dackel, and Daniel Alfredson in an empty net from Benoit Brunet and Robert Zvela. So Doug Gilmour just played in his 1000th game, 33 years old. Of course, Doug Gilmour was a really good player. So he's going to play many more games, I'm pretty sure. Brian Leach has a good game. 4 goals. Wow, he scored all the goals for the Rangers in a 4-3 win against Washington. So yeah, that would be a pretty good game. Whenever your team score 4 goals and it was all the same defenseman that scored them, that's pretty special. Alright, next game is going to be against the Flames. We're playing at home. Again, we need that win. I mean, we need to win pretty much every single game. Alright, so Jim Pake is available on waivers. We are not going to pick him up. Bob Carpenter has reached 1,000 game. Pretty good. 33 years old. Will still play in a few, I'm pretty sure. Alexei Zamnov keeps fans on their feet all night with a hat-trick, 3 goals in that same game against Anaheim. 4-4 tie. A good night for Brett Hull, who had 4 assists. Pretty good game. Of course, the Golden Brett was known a little bit more for his goal scoring, but he was a very gifted player. Alright, we are playing against Calgary. We have played them once this year. They beat us 6-2 in Calgary. Calgary is 18-22-7. So again, another team that has a very similar record to ours. So that means we can beat them, and we should. Because we need it. And we're playing at home. We're going with Ron Extall. They're going with Mike Vernon. And we won 3-2. Good job. We need all the wins we can get. Alright, so the fans are starting to come a little bit more to the games now. So slowly those numbers are starting to creep up a little bit. That's good. Alright, so we outshot the Flames 37-35. Alexander Deggs was the first star of the game with a 2-assist performance. Everett Sanipass for Calgary scored a goal. He was the second star. And Mike Sillinger, third star with a goal. So Mike Sillinger from Alexander Degg and Per Juice. Sheldon Surrey from Jamie Baker. And Kelly Johansson from Lonnie Loach and Alexander Degg. So those were our goals. And Alexander Degg got hurt. Okay. So we have Peltonen that's about to come back. Right, so let's take a look at that. So prolific passing night for Pierre Turgeon. He had 4 assists in a 6-1 win over the Waiters. Let's take a that. We're good here. Here, alright, so we're gonna need to put you on the injured reserve. And we're gonna call up, guess who? Pers Vartvadet. Because I literally don't have anybody else. Reminds me of the, like, right after the lockout, the Sens had like that guy called Josh Hennessy that they had gotten from San Jose in a trade, and he was like the only guy we could recall because we really didn't have anybody else. So it was always him being called up, and he never did much of anything. Alright, Persard Vadet was called up. Next game is against Tampa Bay. At home again. Suspension over for Brendan Shawn. He's back. Rob Brown with the Islanders got suspended. He's going to miss 4 games. Pierre Turgeon extends his assist streak to 8 games. He had an assist against the Blackhawks. Zamnov is not suspended. Alright, and we are playing against Tampa. Dale Hunter has played in 1,250 games. He's 36. I think he's about to be done, probably. Alright, and Zardy Zalapski is ready to resume skating. Yeah, we need you, buddy. We're pushing for a playoff spot. We could use you. Alright, so we have 3 games left here in January against Tampa Bay, New Jersey, and St. Louis. Not gonna be easy. Alright, so Tampa Bay is 8-35-3. That's really bad. We won both games against them so far this year, so let's go ahead and win again, please. They're sending Blaine Laker. We're sending Ron Extall. We tied. We should have won that. I mean, I'll take the point, but I'm not happy. It's not one of those where, you know, you tie against Pittsburgh or something and you're like, okay, well, yeah, that's pretty good, but no. Not that one. Alright, so we outshot them 32-21. Not a lot of fans in the stands, but of course we were hosting the worst team in the East, probably in the league. Jamie Baker, first star with an assist. Brian Bradley for Tampa, second star with 2 goals. And Norm McIver, third star with a goal for us. So let's see. Radek Bonk scored from Yashin and Benoit Bourguenet. Norm McIver from Jamie Baker. And in the third, tying it up, Lonnie Loach from Per Juice and Kelly Johansson. Oh, why not? Andreas Dackel is injured. Okay. He can play with his injury. So it's a medium razor cut or facial cut. He's day-to-day, so alright, we're not gonna put him anywhere. Yeah, 7 days. I'm not sure if he's gonna play with it or not. I guess we're about to find out. Ooh, that's not gonna help Dallas. Mike Modano is injured. He's gonna miss 5 weeks with an elbow strain. Alright, big game for Joe Nieuwendyk. He had a goal and 4 assists for 5 points in a 7-0 trouncing of the Flames against the Islanders. Wow. Pierre Turgeon's assist streak ended at 8 games, obviously, because the Islanders just got shut out. Strong game for John Leclerc. 3 goals and assists for Leclerc in a 4-1 win against the Florida Panthers. Oh, and there's been a trade between the Kings and the Waiters. So the Kings have sent Craig Conroy to Hartford for Darren Rumble, who used to play for us. Oh, looks like he has a little bit of a resurgence there. He's now a 2-star player. He was a star and a half player for us for the entire time he was with us. He's having a decent season, 28 points in 41 games. So good for him. So I guess it's not terrible of a trade, I suppose. I mean, Conroy has a little bit of a bigger potential, but I mean, if the Kings need a defenseman, and I don't think it's an outrageous trade. I mean, if you look at real life, maybe Craig Conroy was a decent centerman, and Darren Rumble, he played for a while and then kind of disappeared and came back. He played for Tampa Bay, I think, at one point. So, but in the context of my universe here, I don't think it's a bad trade. I think it's an alright trade as long as it makes sense for both teams. Alright, playing in New Jersey. Again, not gonna be easy. We have all of those injuries still, and we are facing one of the best teams in the East, the Devils. They are 27-16-3. We won 1 out of 3 games against them this year. Alright, come on, guys. We need a road win here. It's going to be tough, but we can do it. We're facing Marty Brother. We lost 5-2. They outshot us 44-24. Jay Pandolfo was the first star with 2 assists. John McLean, second star with 2 goals. And Ken Danico, third star with a goal. So the 2 goals for us, it was Brunet from Yashin and Alfredson. And then Jody L from Norm McIver. Paul Broughton is not going to miss any more time with the suspension. Alright, now we are playing against the St. Louis Blues at home, last game of the month. St. Louis is 26-21-4, so pretty decent season for them. We're going to take a look at their lineup because it's the first time we've faced them. Let's take a look at injuries first. Alright, so Kevin Dean, Rick Zombo, and Craig Janney are all injured, so they're not going to be playing. So, of course, they have Cujo in net, Curtis Joseph. Really good goaltender, no problem there. Kuznetsov, Ulanov, Jean-Luc Grandpierre, Jeff Brown. Yeah, that D is... I mean, even with Quintal, that D is really not great, and Quintal is hurt. So, yeah, that D is really not very good. Helminen, Dave Laurie, Brendan Shannon, Marty Arizona, Sheldon Kennedy, Daryl Laplante, Sutter, Wilson, Harry York. You know what? I like our chances. I mean, there's a lot of holes in that lineup. And we're playing at home, so I think we can do it. I believe in my team. Alright, they're sending Milan Nilichka in net. We're sending Gieba. And we won in overtime, but we won. That's what matters. 5-4, the win. So let's see what we have here. We outshot them 42-26. Like I said, their D was really not impressive. Yashin was the first star with 2 goals and an assist. Paul Broughton for St. Louis as the second star. He had an assist. And Sheldon Sorry, third star with a goal. So Yashin on the power play from Zvela and Loney Loach. And then Yashin from Alfredson and Jamie Baker. Sheldon Sorry from Yashin. And Robert Zvela tied it from Kelly Johansson and Jamie Baker. And then in overtime, Patrick Travis scored the game winner. So his first NHL goal is a game winner in overtime from Sergei Berezin, the Forgotten, and Mike Sillinger. All right. Paris was Reddit and proves that's right wing. When I saw that there, I had mail there, I was like, God, who's hurt now? All right. Oh, Daniel Alfredson is the one that got hurt. Okay, I just didn't get a news email about it. It's just day to day. So I guess we'll see if he's just day to day, 5 days. Peltonen's about to come back. All right, that's that. And Pittsburgh is reinstating the Team Kangaroo Court. Ron Francis will catch somebody. Alright, so we're the 31st. We're going to go ahead and advance one more day to be on February 1st, and then that's going to be our stopping point for today. Let's see what happens on the last day of the month. No further action needed for Buffalo's Pat LaFontaine. Not suspended. V. Peltonen's about to come back. That's not too bad. I barely had anybody get worse. And I have all of those guys that got a little bit better at some stuff. James Black and Hans Janssen in Buffalo have pitched in at the local homeless shelter. Better people. Pavel Bure and Curtis Joseph, top players of the month. Wow. Alright, so that's where we stand. We are still 10th. We're 2 points behind the Flyers, and we have 2 games on hand, so our destiny is in our hands at this point. So let's take a look at the month real quick. Okay, Toronto we should be able to beat. Vancouver, Boston's going to be tough. San Jose, I think that we have the opportunity to have a decent month. Not taking any of my opponents lightly, but there's definitely teams in there that we can beat. So hopefully it does happen. And I'm about to have quite a few forwards come back from injury. That would be great. I'm a little depleted there. I'm about to have to go and snatch Joey Tatarenko from Florida with his 1 in defense. I'm so desperate for warm bodies to fill a jersey. Alright, so let's take a look at our stats. So somebody else that I've noticed that has not been doing all that great so far this year is Radek Bonk. Alright, so again, Yashin is pretty close to the point per game pace, 43 points in 47 games, so that's pretty much what we expect of him. Loney Loach is having a decent season, 30 points in 46 games. Sillinger, 29 in 48. Zvela is having a pretty good season, 26 in 47. Halfredson, I'm hoping for a little bit more from him. And then it starts dwindling down, and yeah, Radek Bonk has 6 points in 22 games. He's young. I'm not gonna be too mean on him and everything, but he's 21. Eventually, you're gonna need to start producing a little bit more, buddy. Now, if we look at in the league, we have Zygmunt Palffy now is the league leader in goals with 31. So Steve Yzerman got passed. Jagger is still the best passer with 56 assists. He has 81 points. That puts him first. Of course, I don't have anybody anywhere close to that. Yeah, not a lot of Senator players anywhere in there. Well, we have Jimmy Baker, that's among the leaders for face-off percentage, so that's something. Alright, let's take a look at the standings. We didn't look at the standings so far for that for this season. So I mean, we see the East here constantly while I'm playing. Well, let's take a look at the West. See how that looks over there. So the Kings are first. They're having a pretty good season, 33, 12, and 6. So they're first. Detroit, Colorado, Vancouver, St. Louis, Dallas, Phoenix, Chicago. Okay, not a lot of surprises there. And yes, Tampa Bay is the worst team in the league with 8, 35, and 5. And then the Washington Capitals is the second worst team. Wow, even San Jose is better, and Anaheim are better than Washington right now. I'm glad I am not in charge of the Capitals. Alright, so I think that pretty much does it. I don't know if I should try to go and get some help, because we're managing to be so close to a playoff spot and we have all of those injuries. So my train of thought is that once we get everybody healthy, we should be winning a little bit more. So I'm not sure what I want to do here. I know what I want to do right now is to save the game. I know at least that much. So I'm going to go ahead and save. So that's done. I guess I'll have a little bit of time to think about it until the next video. So I'm going to go ahead and obviously call this a video here. So as usual, thank you for tuning in. And if you've liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. That's always appreciated. And until I roll this game again, see you guys next time. Thank you.